So the Jacksonville Jaguars lose to the Houston Texans today, and 3 quick little fun facts for you. The Jaguars hold the number 1 overall pick in the 2022 draft as of right now, with the Lions beating the Cardinals and the Jaguars losing to the Houston Texans. Number 2 fact is I've witnessed 2 of the Texans' 3 wins this season because they beat Jacksonville twice and they also beat Tennessee. And also, I will have not seen a Jaguars victory in person since December 29th of 2019 when the Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Indianapolis Colts 45-30. That was Minshew Mania at its peak. And I've still not witnessed a Jacksonville Jaguars win in person. Now, before we begin today's video, I'd like to give a huge shout out to FLTeams.com, who I've partnered and collab with. At FLTeams.com, we do sports articles and blogs on the daily regarding sports teams in the state of Florida from the collegiate and at the professional level. If you guys would like to go check out FLTeams.com, I will link to them down below. And also, don't forget to drop me one of these. So with this game, there just wasn't a lot for me to take away. I'm going to start on offense, though. Trevor Lawrence, 22 of 38, 210 yards. James Robinson had a nice bounce-back game, 18 carries, 75 yards, and that 1 touchdown. But the problem is with this Jaguars team, and it's been like this all year, our red zone, touchdown percentage is horrendous. We don't convert enough in the red zone, or we just don't take advantage of situations. Like when Tyson Campbell got that interception, and I will talk about him in a second, and we get set up with great field position, we don't take advantage of it. We take 3 points. Or when we go down earlier in the first quarter and we ended up scoring that first field goal to make it 7-3, I get it. You take your points, but you need to convert that stuff too. Obviously, we converted with James Robinson, but then also when you defer the ball to start a game, the whole point is that you can make adjustments in the second half and that you can come out with the opening ball for the second half and that you can go down the field and go do something with it. But the Jaguars religiously, whenever they get the ball to open the second half, go 3 and out. Same thing again today. But James O'Shaughnessy cannot be the Jaguars' leading receiver. Granted, I know that we have so many injuries on offense, but really 4 catches for 60 yards by O'Shag Hennessy. Good for him. Treadwell had 2 huge crucial drops, but outside of that, he had a pretty solid game. 6 catches, 57 yards, but those 2 drops were horrible. Laviska Shenault finally was catching every ball that was basically thrown towards him, and he had so many broken tackles, so good for Laviska, 4 catches, 39 yards, but it really comes down on offense to, this team is just so derailed with injuries, but this team is just going to look so much different and so much better next year once we just get some more talent in the draft and throughout free agency, but also we're going to get guys back and healthy next year. Guys are going to have another year under their belt with development. This team's going to be fine, especially on offense. Now let's go to defense. Now defensively, how can I not talk about Tyson Campbell, our 2nd round pick out of Georgia? He had 4 tackles today, 2 pass deflections, and an interception. And it's crazy because maybe a couple minutes right before he got that interception, I think it was in the 3rd or 4th quarter, somewhere in the second half, I was telling myself, I was like, when I do this recap video, I got to talk about Tyson. He's been getting in there. He's been playing great press coverage, and he had some pass deflections. And also, he's just smothering these receivers on the sideline. And I'm like, he's playing a great game. And then a couple minutes later, he goes and gets that interception. Great for Tyson Campbell, man. I love to see the development of this guy and so many of these young guys out there. I'm just super excited, and I can't express that enough, how excited I am for the future of this team, and especially next year. But defensively also, Shaq Griffin had a horrible game, and I'm not even going to rank on him too much, but just do better, Shaq Griffin. Andre Cisco was finally getting some more valuable reps in there, but a lot of times I saw Daniel Thomas in there, our 6th round pick last year in 2020, safety from Auburn. I like Daniel Thomas. He's a solid guy, but, I want to see Cisco in there getting more snaps. I believe Cisco only had 1 tackle. Daniel Thomas had 2 today, but I want to see Cisco in there at least the remainder of the 3 games, getting some more valuable reps and, just getting some more playing time. And Andrew Wingard actually led the team today in total tackles. I believe he had 9. So good for Wingard, not too mad. I just want to see more valuable reps out of Cisco. That's just really where I'm at with it, and I think everyone agrees. And then with special teams, the Jaguars, and I've said this all year, and it's been a reoccurring theme all year, just let the other team beat us. Do not beat yourselves. And beating yourself is not converting when you do get an opportunity in the red zone. And also stupid stuff like special teams, turnovers, things like that. When they had that kick return for a touchdown, that's a completely different outcome. And it's probably a completely different game if they don't get that kick return for a touchdown. When Dan Arnold fumbled the ball back in week 5, in the opening drive, it was one of the first plays, and Tennessee took it back for a touchdown. Just little things like that. We had a block punt. I believe it was versus Indianapolis. like, how often do you see that stuff with the Jaguars? You know, it's just consistently time and time again, we find a way to beat ourselves. And like I said, I'm not going to rank on this team too much because, you know, I get it. It's football. Things happen. And we're a young team. But I also want to know with you guys, because this has been on my mind, Matthew Wright's been playing a little bit better as of lately. If he finishes the season strong, and let's just say he doesn't, like, miss a kick for the remainder of the year, and he doesn't miss an extra point, like, I would still like to have him on the team next year. I know he's had his ups and downs, but I really wouldn't mind if Matthew Wright was back on the team next year. Now, he's got to finish this season strong. But also, when it comes with that, that doesn't mean I stop looking for a kicker this offseason. If I see one, then I'm like, yeah, we need to get that guy. Go for it. But Matthew Wright, I think, has deserved this opportunity as of now. He's played better, and I wouldn't mind seeing him back on the team next season. Two things before I end this video. I have been working on a top 5 potential head coaches video, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Probably in the next couple of days, I will release that video on my personal top 5 head coaches I'd like to see the Jaguars get this offseason. Well, I forgot what my second thing is, so it must have not been that important. But I hope you guys enjoyed the recap video. Oh, the draft. And second thing is, now that the Jaguars have secured the number 1 overall pick, at least for now, for the remainder of the 3 games remaining in the season, which I don't see us winning another game versus the Jets, the Colts, and the Patriots, do we go Hutchinson number 1 overall? Do we go Thibodeau number 1 overall? Do we trade down? I kind of want to hear your guys' thoughts down below because I want to lose out. I'm just being honest with you guys. That's just my personal feeling with it. Now that we've secured the number 1 overall pick, I want the number 1 overall pick. And that doesn't mean that we take somebody, which I would love to take Hutchinson or Thibodeau, but I want to reevaluate that topic when it gets closer to draft time. But I do want to hear your guys' thoughts about having the number 1 overall pick right now, and also what should the Jaguars do if we land the number 1 overall pick. But that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, Jags Nation, you guys are the best. Let me know what are your guys' thoughts and takeaways from this game. And then also, I do want to hear your thoughts about the draft as well and with that number 1 overall pick. But Brett James, a.k.a. BJ, I'm out, y'all. Peace.